Hi, Martin here. Today I want to show you how to replace your motor mounts in your 99 through 04 Jeep Grand Cherokee with a 4.7 liter engine. I built these just the other day. These have a polyurethane insert made by Prothane. Very good product. Turned out really nice. I cannot wait to get these in here. Man, if you want a performance engine mount, right here you go. Prothane part number was actually intended for the 93 through 98 Jeep Cherokee, the ZJ with the V8 engine. All right, well, let's get started. First, start by supporting the vehicle, getting raised up. I got it supported here on both sides with jack stands, and then I'm going to use my floor jack and a piece of wood here to support the engine at the oil pan, the very bottom of the oil pan. The piece of wood, keep it from doing any damage to the oil pan itself, and you're really not lifting a whole lot of weight, just the weight of the engine. So this is a common practice to do it this way when replacing motor mounts. We're going to start here on the left side. This is my driver's side motor mount. Now the bolt goes through this way. It will not on yours. I had to do this when I installed the headers, and I have replaced these motor mounts in the past. And to get that bolt back in here, I had to come through this side. So I have to remove the filter to get that bolt out. Now remove the 4 bolts that hold the motor mount to the engine. Yes, you can bring a ratchet and socket up this way, the same way I got my hand up in here. I just did it with the wrench that way for video purposes, so you get a better shot of where this bolt is. You'll see me install it again with the ratchet though. Now just remove the motor mount. I ran into a small problem. I made a wrestling trying to get this in here, and the bolts just won't line up properly. I sit there and I got out the motor mount I just took out and did a little measuring. And the problem is this motor mount has an offset to it, this adapter right here. for this, it comes out 5 millimeters further one way than it does the other. So actually this one that I installed, it's even. There's just as much coming out this side as there's this side. Now I don't think I got to make a 5 millimeter change. That's kind of a lot, because when I had it in there it was just so close, but that bracket is sitting hard on this side and you can see the gap on this side. What I'm going to do is just push that aluminum sleeve a few millimeters further out this way, and then just shave off a little bit of this polyurethane, and I think it's going to go right in. Like they say, it's always something. I'm about ready to throw a few adjectives in there. I'm just going to push this aluminum insert in there, just down a few mils right there. I just need to cut this part of it off. I think we'll be just fine. There we go. I think that'll be plenty right there. After making that mod to the motor mount, it went right in. Go ahead and get all 4 bolts started to the engine there. And now you're just using my 15 millimeter gear wrench. Start tightening up the bolts. As you can see, the gear wrench works really well for 3 out of the 4 bolts on this motor mount. Now right here is where I was talking about using the ratchet wrench. You can get in there pretty good with this one. This particular wrench is just a little long. It's my favorite one. You get a lot of leverage out of this particular ratchet wrench. Alright, I gotta raise the engine just a little bit. All right, one down. Get my oil filter put back in. Now, the bolt on yours probably also comes from the header side through. I had to install mine this way because I couldn't get it in here because of the header. I need to raise the engine up just a little bit. Yep. Now these are definitely the two easiest bolts to get to on this mount. The other one, a little tricky. I'll show you that in a moment. Right down here. There's one of them right there. The other one is right there. I could actually probably get those pretty easy with a gear wrench. All right, using a 15mm with a swivel, a 4-inch extension, 3/8 drive. There we go. Here, I got it broke loose. There we go. All right, you just saw me test fitting this mount there on the right side. And what it is, it's fitting a little tight. I mean, I could get it in there, but I'm just worried that the bolt holes aren't going to line up properly. You know, I got no slop at all. Those bolt holes have to line up absolutely perfect. So what I'm going to do is just right here on, it's dragging on this part of the mount on each side. They actually stick out a little bit past that spacer in here. So I'm just going to sand those down using that flapper disc. Alright, I'm having trouble getting the two top bolts in. So what I did is I loosened the 4 bolts that hold this the bracket here to the frame. That's going to give me, right there, you can see I got, quite a bit of wiggle there. So I think that's going to help me get those started. Okay, got that one. I'm using this reversible gear wrench, and the one thing nice about the most reversibles, the head of it, or the gear end of it, has an angle which is really kind of necessary on this particular bolt. You can't use this type of gear wrench that I got right here, which has this totally straight. It just doesn't work for that one particular bolt. That's not allowing me to get my gear wrench on there anymore. There we go. Okay, I need to raise the engine just a little bit. Now that we got the bolts tightened up on the motor to the mount and the bolt passing through the motor mount itself through the bracket, now I'm going to go ahead and tighten up those bolts, the 4 bolts I loosened on the bracket to the frame. And that actually that helped a lot, loosening those 4 bolts to get everything to line up properly, Makes it a lot easier. You got a little wiggle room. Okay, I got all the hardware all tightened down, and I removed the jack that was supporting the engine, and also lowered the vehicle back down on its wheels, and ready to fire this thing up and see what it feels like. See if I can feel any additional vibration. And I kind of expect I will, but I'm all good with that. I am running the 08 camshafts, and that actually gives me a little bit of a rough idle anyway. So I mean, I'm happy with it. I think it's a great way to go. I took it out for a drive. There is a little bit of added vibration. I don't think it's all that bad. In fact, it's a pleasant one. You know, one where the ladies are going to go, "Hey, honey, let's take the Grand." So, but I really like it. It's a motor mount that's probably going to last a lifetime. I'm probably even going to do the transmission one coming up in the near future. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, I appreciate the thumbs up. And if you've never subscribed to me before, please hit that subscribe button right down there and that little bell symbol right next to it. And also check out any of the links down below to the products and tools that we used in the video. All right, we'll see you on the next one.